After sweeping the conference championships last season, both the Allegheny men's and women's cross-country teams will look to defend their titles this Sunday at the 2016 NCAC Championships in Terre Haute, Indiana. In a vote of the conference's coaches, the Gator women were again picked to finish first at this weekend's race in Indiana. Ranked in the top 30 throughout the season in the USTF CCCA national poll, the women's team enters the championship season with confidence.
When we first started talking goals in the summer, I was kind of reminded the women of how good they can be. And so I've kind of reminded them again that this is right where we thought we would be back in June when we first started talking cross country. So yeah, we are the favorites going in. We're not looking past anyone. Oberlin is a great team. DePauw has some fantastic female runners. It's going to be a good race, but I like our chances, and so do the ladies.
This season has really been awesome. I can't really ask for like a better senior season so far. In terms of goals, the women's team, we just had a meeting a few weeks ago to kind of revisit the goals we set at the beginning of the year, and we all agree that they haven't changed. So our goal is definitely a conference title, and then hopefully an automatic bid to nationals by getting a top 2 finish at regionals, or if it comes down to it, we'll take a bid.
Hampered by injuries throughout the fall, the Gator men's team was picked second in the NCAC pre-championship poll. Finally fully healthy, Coach Maurer feels that the team is peaking at the right time and could exceed expectations as it looks to qualify for the NCAA National Championships for the 3rd time in 4 seasons.
We're a little bit behind where we thought we'd be right now, really. We've had some injuries, a few guys missing some races here and there, a few guys just not having good races due to those injuries. So our goals haven't changed a lot. We definitely want to win the conference meet. That's a goal of ours. I think it's going to be a real close battle between us and Wabash. Our guys' scouting report, when we put that together, one of our key things to victory was a healthy Dan Chung. And I think we have a healthy Dan this weekend, so that's going to be a big factor. He's a returning All-American. I believe he's the top returner from the conference meet overall. So having him at the front of our program is going to help a lot. And then, plugging in our next 3 right behind him. We got a top 4 that can't be matched in the conference. Where our men are going to have to step up is that 5th runner and see how we do. But I think really we match up very similar with Wabash. They have 3 kind of top guys. We have 4. And then back at that battle for their 4 or 5, we have our 5, 6, 7. So I like the way we kind of have the numbers on them in a few spots. But it'll be a close race, and we're going to have everyone have a good day.
As a team with a lot of upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors in our varsity squad right now, I think this has a lot of importance to us. I think we have 4, maybe even 5 seniors battling for the top 8 or 9 spots. So, and then we have 3 juniors also right up there. So for us, this is really big, trying to go out on a strong note and just kind of leave a greater legacy for the classes that are going to be filling in after us.
Having won last year's NCAC championships, both teams enter this year's race with a target on their backs. However, the coach and runners insist that this won't add any pressure and instead adds to their confidence.
We're going in confident. So having that target on the back, I think it's a motivator.
I don't think we're feeling a lot of pressure right now. Since we were voted to finish second, I think that gave us a little bit more of a chip on our shoulder. And it seems as though Wabash kind of has more of a target on their back, since right now they're ranked higher than us. And even though the season hasn't gone the way that we wanted to this point, we're confident that we can really muster things together here in the last 3 weeks, or last 3 meets of the season.
I think we have a lot more confidence than we did last year. So I think it's good to have people expecting you to win, because then you have to show up.
The team's confidence is aided by their strong performances last season, as the now veteran-laden squads have more of an idea of what to expect and how to prepare for the most important stretch of the schedule.
Last year was amazing, and I think at some points last year we felt like we were kind of almost just scraping by, but I think this year we're a lot more confident and comfortable, a lot less nerves overall than a lot of us were experiencing last year. I think our experience is going to be extremely valuable over the next couple weeks.
I wasn't here last fall to see quite how it went, but I just know with some of the changes they were going through and the team being successful for the first time in a few seasons, I think they were a little more anxious going into those championship races, and we're not this year. We're going in confident.
Since we won last year, we know what it takes in the specific race to get the amount of points we need to win. So I think if we can model similar to what we did in the race last year, then we could have similar success this year.
2 weeks after the NCAC championships, the Gators will go on to compete in the Great Lakes Regionals. While they aren't looking past this weekend's race in Indiana, both the coaches and runners have clear goals in mind as they look down the road.
We're going to have, I think, at least 3, probably 4 people capable of being all-region on each roster. Both teams want to get that automatic bid. It's really nice when you can leave the meet that day knowing you're going to nationals. Waiting it out that next day, it's not a lot of fun. I know the ladies knew that last year. It was pretty stressful on them.
I'd love to be first team NCAC. Would definitely love like a top 10 to 15 finish at the regional meet. I think that's kind of reasonable, but also kind of reaching a little bit, so we'll see. Yeah.
For me personally, after being injured at the end of last season, that was a huge letdown for me. So honestly, if I can just go into conference and regionals feeling healthy and then hopefully have a good race at both of those meets, and then I would just love, honestly, the opportunity to run at nationals on healthy legs and just be able to go out there and give everything I have, leave it all out on the course.
Sunday's NCAC championships at the Laverne Gibson Cross Country Course begin with the men's 8K at 11 a.m., followed by the women's 6K at 12 noon. Full coverage can be found at www.alleghenygators.com.